So, what I need everyone to do for this is very simple. Just sit back, relax. And if you're doing anything else, the exercise would be just more effective for you if you weren't engaging your energy in something else. So, I want you to all think about an area of your life where you really wish you had courage right now. So we're talking about the courage pillar out of the eight ones. Um, think about that area of your life where you really wish you had courage. It could be one, two, three areas, depends on how your life is going right now. Um, what would you like to have the courage to create or to generate? Would you like maybe courage to make more money, the courage to be possibly seen and heard, or simply the courage to, just be yourself, be authentically who you are with everybody you meet, and be fearless in the world. Or maybe just a simple thing like the courage to speak up in conversations with people, be able to communicate what you wish. It can be a lot. So let's have some posts coming in. Ruchira, I might need you to come in and help me to,
Yeah,
with
of
what
course.
people
Yeah, yeah,
would love to
of
say
course.
about this. So let's see some posts. So, courage comes when you have a certain level of clarity or a certain level of trust and confidence in who you are, um, because you then are able to discern whether what you're choosing is going to take you from a certain place to another place. Is it going to be good for you? Is it for your highest good? Is it going to be able to create what you eventually want to create? And you will have a lot more faith in your abilities to then take it and create something with it. So, for example, if you want to have the courage to speak up, and perhaps you maybe take this program, that what tends to happen is if you're not able to speak up in your family or your friends or your workplace, that you would then be able to have the faith and trust that once upon a time you did communicate, or there are certain areas in your life where you currently do communicate, and then you can tap into that, pull the courage in from there, and use it here. So, our exercise today is really going to be as simple. But before we get into it, I'd like to see a few more posts. So, what are some of the areas? Let's hear them, Ruchira.
People are still typing in. I can see a
Okay,
whole bunch of names still typing.
typing, typing.
So we'll just okay. Shilpa says create more money and being more authentic.
Nice.
Rumi says courage to be myself and courage to ask for money for sessions. That's true.
Ah, that's a big one.
That was one that I had raised as well during the program, Aditi, that I still sometimes find myself not being able to ask for the money that I really want for my work, for the
Yeah.
work I do.
So, while people are posting that in, let me just help you out over there. It's really simple. Have you made money a big deal in your life?
I hadn't till I suddenly woke up one day in my and I'd entered 40s and I realized, oh bloody hell, I don't have savings.
Right. And someone told you that you're supposed to have savings when you're in your
Yes,
40s. But
yes,
what if you don't want to live that way? What if you want to live like a very bohemian life and you don't
I
really
do.
care about having savings? So why would you put yourself through that stress?
I do lead a bohemian life, but I worry that, oh my God, when I'm old, then what's going to happen?
Yeah, you can go borrow from someone, and then when you're dead, you don't have to return it.
I
Just
can
joking.
see. So, see, this is what we mean that Alti makes everything so much more fun to to answer. So, the hard questions that she makes fun to answer. Okay, I'm going to take up some more. Um, Cecilia says, courage to start business, fearless and be confident. Pooja says, courage to express my potential through work, create money, and communicate with clarity.
Nice.
Preeti says, courage to buy new house and to create it.
You
Uh,
don't need courage for that. You just need to see a house you'll fall in love with. Trust me, you'll buy it.
that's true. That's true. Uma says, courage to ask anything from family. Asha says, stand up for myself in all areas of life. whether it's at office or at home.
Mm. These are some really good ones. So I want you all to focus on these, as in keep these aside in your space right now. So I'm going to take you further into the exercise. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I want to ask you, when you start to focus on all of these areas where you feel that lack of courage, do you not go ahead and have courage for these areas because you are afraid that if you do it, you might lose something else? Or you might be judged by a bunch of people if you choose it? Or you don't have the courage to do it because you may have some other fear? So, just in your own space right now, just make a mental note of what that is. You don't need to share it with everybody. Okay? Just keep a mental note that I don't express myself with people because I have a fear of being judged. And you may actually be right. People actually may be judging you. So that awareness may not be wrong. Okay. So we're not saying whether this is right or wrong here. We're just understanding how we function. That's all. Okay. Now, let's make a switch. I want you to go to three places in your life where you already have courage, like so much of it that people actually come and ask you, how do you do that? Like, where do you get the confidence to do it? And you're just like, I don't know, I just do it. Those areas where you don't have to think, you don't have to struggle, you're just being yourself. You just go do your thing, and then people ask you how you do it, and you're just like, I don't know. I just do it. That's courage. Okay, courage isn't like a big roaring lion in your face. It's actually a very, very subtle quality. Cool. So think of three areas where you're already being courageous. Okay, you don't need to write it, type it, nothing. Just remember that, and remember who you are in those areas. Remember what it feels like for you, how easy it is to be yourself in those three areas. Now, take all that courage, and I want you to multiply it. So close your eyes. Just close your eyes for a few moments. Just take all of that courage in those three areas of your life and multiply it by 10. Nice. Now multiply it by 100. So what you're doing in effect is you're magnifying it. You're making it bigger. So multiply it by 10 and then 100 and now 1,000 times more. Nice. Because courage is real, it's true, it does get bigger. Now, multiply it 1,000,000 times more. Just allow that courage that you have in those three areas of your life, allow it to occupy your entire universe. All of you, all of you, all of your life, your entire body, your entire being. Good. Now, take this courage and look at that area that you're struggling with. The first one we spoke about, the money, can't express myself, can't communicate, can't be myself, can't be authentic. I wish I had, I wish I could. All of those. Take this courage that you just magnified 1,000,000 times and apply it to that area. How does that feel like for you? What could you actually create if you took the courage from the areas where it worked to the areas where it doesn't work? So, is it true that you don't have courage? No, that's not true. You do have it. You just don't know where you had hidden it. All we are doing is we are pulling it from places where you had hidden it away and bringing it out into the open. So now you guys can post and let me know what that felt like for you.